it's a big year for the European defenseman versus Canada.
Thank you, Vancouver, and congratulations to Doug Armstrong and the St. Louis Blues. And the New York Islanders selection will be made by Velu Gotu.
Islanders will select from HV71 Swedish Junior League forward Simon Holmstrom.
All right, so a Swede, but now a defenseman, a right wing, and a bit off the board. Bob, you had him at 43.
Number 43. And let me grab my numbers here, and I'll let Craig talk about the player for a moment as I get the range.
He's a goal scorer. That's what he is. He's a goal scorer. So he had some injuries and he missed some games, but he's a goal scorer. He reminds me a lot of Jakub Vrana, who plays with the Washington Capitals. Really good release, understands how to get open in and around the net. You know, he's more of a finisher than a playmaker. There's a lot of physical maturity ahead for him. He's not anywhere close to the NHL, but those abilities to score in tight and to get yourself open and have a really good release, Simon Holmstrom possesses that. They're trying to add more skill to their group.
And it fits in with what they did last year. Noah Dobson, Oliver Wahlstrom, Bodie Wild. So we're talking about adding skill, adding size, adding future. So this actually fits in exactly what the Islanders are trying to do.
And I hope Barry Trotz, you know, he went through the growth with Jakub Vrana. Jakub Vrana became a pretty significant player for him. And I hope that he understands that Simon Holmstrom might be a similar player, because there was some friction there at times between coach and player.
No question.
Of the 10 scouts that we surveyed to get consensus rankings, 8 of those 10 scouts ranked Simon Holmstrom in the second round. That is after the 31st pick. The 2 scouts that ranked him in the first round, one of them had him as a top 15 pick, and I can assure you it wasn't the New York Islanders, it was somebody else. And somebody else had him just at the tail end of the first round. So consensus just a little bit off. But that's what the nature of the beast is when you get to this point of the draft.
But again, I think it fits perfectly with what they started since Lou Lamoriello went there. Oliver Wahlstrom's a really good player and will be in the Island or Brooklyn, wherever they're going to play sooner rather than later. Noah Dobson's a home run player on the back end. He's ready to play in the NHL now.
I totally agree with you about Noah.
And Bodie Wild is right there. So, I mean, you look at it, they're setting up really nice.
They're building with a purpose, and you have Holmstrom here, who's part of that Swedish gold medal winning U18 world team, known as a smart goaltender. But you look at first round draft picks by country, big night for the Americans with 7, that's matched by Canada, but the Swedes in there with 4, and Finland still this massive influence despite the population of that country.
Figure this out, it's the same size as the province of Quebec, 7 million people. It is.
It's amazing. Finland, 3 first rounders. The Islanders, 103 points last year. Now they add Holmstrom from Sweden, a right wing, a goal scorer, a player who is a few years away. He is the newest member of the New York Islanders, as you see him shake Lou Lamoriello's hand right there and put on that Islander jersey. Could be a few years, of course, till we see him in the NHL. Played just 1 game for the top-tier club in Sweden.